Masandawana, don't forget to like and subscribe to stand a chance to win some prizes. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another episode of the Pitch Side.
Pitch Side.
International breaky busy guy. And then noile kwa Makai.
No.
Awaya Makai.
I think it's Makaya this coming weekend.
How?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bob Mabal Khopochi, man.
It's a birthday.
Yeah, it's on
She's turning 70.
Yeah.
Oh, matlhako re le wishetsa matlhatse le matlhogono le ka letšatši la lena la matswalo le ipsine ka kuku eo ke tla le tlišetša e nngwe gape.
Ke tseo he Muruti.
I just have to switch to Venek because my mother can't speak English.
Ah, ke na le wena. Muruti.
What's up?
Last time really mono re jwetsa ka go pampa gym go tsamaya jwang ka kwa go gym.
Mna nna wa mpono re ke a rola. Ya gogologa.
Go re batla o ra re fitla December mo o shape pitch side o le topless ba bontsha ra wa gym ya se.
Nahana moruta hlobotse ski. Nahana moruta
hlobotse ski.
Look. Gents,
yes, sir.
We are back at it. The football is back. International break is over.
Yeah.
But our next game is against Magesi, and there's been a lot of chats to say, why are we playing them back to back so soon?
Yeah. And I don't know if,
yeah.
Firstly, let me start by saying, this break, I used to hate it as a footballer because it can interrupt or disrupt so many things in terms of the momentum of the team. Yeah. And those who play this level, they will tell you that after a FIFA break, you should see how the team struggles to get into it immediately. It's simply because of the break, and some are away playing competitive matches, some are here not playing competitive matches. When you comes back to play the league matches or the domestic matches, now you're starting from where? You don't have a reference yet closer last week, you know what I mean? So that can be a very difficult period for footballers. But again, it goes back to what we normally speak about as footballers. As former footballers, when we are harsh on each other, we're like, oh, that's why we play millions. You're a footballer, you have to adapt, but I know how it's difficult to adapt in that situation. That's why in a big team, and I always say big team players, they've got a way of being flexible in how they approach matches. It's going to be a very difficult one against Magesi.
Yeah.
Simply because you're playing against a team that you, for a change or for a chance, you know that they will give you an energy, that they will push you back. But I do know it will be a test for my boys. You know, if they win this, which is going to happen, they are up for this league. Yeah.
Talking about exactly that, right? So you have a situation where you have players who have gone to play for national team. We saw Shasha banging in three goals. So with that in mind, and saying that you guys used to hate the break because you've lost the momentum.
As I did myself.
Yourself.
Personally, I never used to like it.
But now, if you've gone and played at national team and banged in goals and had such a great showing at national team, does that not then better your performance even at club level?
Yeah, it does, Naves. Once that confidence that you come with, sometimes as a player you need a change of environment to re-energize your approach to the game. And I personally am very, very excited that Peter continues to score goals immediately just after breaking the record of the all-time goal scorer in the PSL. He then goes to show why he's the all-time goal scorer by scoring 3. You were mentioning earlier that we're playing a Magesi just after playing Magesi recently. Just now, and Chasha also scored in the Magesi game when we played in Seshego. But that is a plus for us because you can see the work that is required from players that we've got the AFCON, we've got the World Cup, we've got all this continuous tournaments coming up. So we have the privilege of moving games closer, so that by the time we reach that stage of the continental or global competitions, then you've got your games done. So when you have a player like Shasha scoring goals, not only that, you have your Tebza having an exceptional game.
Sure.
You have Obas having an exceptional game. You have Dunyela also having a great time in the national team. Ronza also playing very well. That tells you that you've got players that are playing at the highest level of football, and when they come back, like Skipper says, there is an imbalance of approach, because other players were not playing competitive football during this break. Excuse me, but then once you have players who are dominant and are your starters and did well at national team, it then covers up, because it gives time for the ones that were remaining to also catch up, because the standard is always raised.
No, you're right. Sorry to cut you in that step, because I see Peter's situation, and I want to personalize it a little bit. I remember when I started playing at this team, there was a moment where you're not certain in terms of the position, whether you're starting or you're coming some matches, but you want to be a starter. So the change of environment, this is what Sugar speak about. And I went to a competition called Chen, and I did so well there. When I'm no man was in your top talk,
No,
Marosinya talk.
No, but Skipper,
I withdraw
the flowers out all the time.
I withdraw.
No, I feel you.
Yeah, you are the most successful skipper in the land has ever seen. You may continue, Skipper.
Before continue,
chain of thoughts.
okay.
Justice. So as I was saying about the situation, Peter, when you go and change the environment, as you said, English, how it helps in a player when you in the environment. Then now you are trying to do certain things that you're not comfortable in doing here, because there's little time for error, there's little room for error, and when you're that side, you're trying so many things and new things, and when they work out, then it brings you to this side where there's no time, but you have to execute all the time, and it helps. And because when I came back, I then started becoming a starter for the team, because the confidence, escalated to the level that I always wanted to operate in. And when I look at a player like Peter, he's a striker. We can we can easily say that the strikers plays with confidence. Yeah, the more they threaten the last line, the more they're in the box, the more they grow in confidence. And to see somebody score a hat-trick in qualifier matches, that of course it will boost his confidence, and he will know that when he comes back here, we don't want anything lesser than what he saw over the weekend. And he's that kind of a player where he's strong in personality, he's strong in mentally, he works hard. Obviously, universe always serves people like that.
Also now you have a player like Tsiki. He's now had a chance during the international break to train with the guys, so they can then also get to know each other as players, because it's also not easy coming into the institution here, because Yasindas Baningi and Ladlali Bola.
Naves, Tsiki is not a stranger to this environment. He's been here, and he knows the culture of Mamelodi Sundowns, the style of play. He's been here, so it's always good to have someone opting to come back home and showcase his talent, especially when one of the biggest teams in the continent globally recognizes your talent and says, "Come." It then tells you that his swift agreement to join the club shows that his heart is here, and he wants to play for Mamelodi Sundowns. So, like I say, he's not a stranger to the environment. He knows what is. Of course, it's now new players that he hasn't played with, but the style of play of Mamelodi Sundowns, because the acquisition of players in Mamelodi Sundowns is similar. Whether you've been here, if I can take Skipper right now to go back to training, it will not be difficult for him to fit in because he understands how Mamelodi Sundowns plays.
Yeah.
So Tiki is a player that comes in, and I'm happy he came in a time where there's a break, like you say, that he gets time to also not just show his talent, but also to interact with the players, get to know them personally, so that there's that synchronization between the different individuals, so that when they go to the field, they play well. I watched a couple of trainings and a couple of friendly games, and you can see that he's enjoying to play with the boys. And we're about to see something great again.
And one thing about the environment when under the Naves, if you've been around these players and you understand how they operate, it's easier for you to be part of them.
Yeah.
Because of their personality and how they see football, you know, in a hostile and crazy environment as they see it in football, they still allow you to be part of them. Whether we're competing for one position, we still allow you to be part of us. And of course, he's been here, he understands the players, and like you said, he was here this week to get an understanding of how we're gonna do things going forward, because the games are coming thick and fast, coming from a match of Magesi over the weekend. You'll see how tight the schedule is going to be, and we will need everybody. And for sure, he had this time to obviously establish new relationship. But more so, there won't be enough time going forward, because there won't be these breaks that are coming.
100%. It's a packed season. We spoke about it. Club World Cup, league starts, AFCON, World Cup. And we're back at it again to still try and wrap up the season. So much to play for. We face Magesi. The effect of playing them so soon after we beat them most recently in Seshego, how much of an impact does that have then on the next game that we play against them?
Let me tell you something, Naves. You see, against Magesi, it's personal for the rest of their lives.
100%.
No miss.
They must pay.
No miss. It's personal until this league is closed. So they know exactly what we did in Seshego. And they also know what we're capable of, especially when you've got a multitude of players from our team being able to perform so well during this break. So against Magesi, no threat. It's a war.
It's a war.
My guy, it's a war. It's a shoot to kill.
And it's nice because that we're playing people that in our mind we're still fresh in knowing how they operate. Okay, the difficult match that I used to play, remember when we played Super Sport here and we played immediately over the weekend. It was kind of stressing because they already shifted. We beat them 5 and then we beat them 1. So it's like we're playing different teams, but it was same lineups. But at the same time, what I liked about those matches is the fresh reference in terms of how did we do right in that previous match and where can we improve. So this is the match that we will have to win it by all means possible, as he says. I've never been personal, but this one we personalize.
It's personalizing.
Of course. Of course.
It's like Mamelodi Sundowns and we that. It's like Mamelodi Sundowns and Allah.
We must win.
No miss.
No miss. Yeah.
The impact of it is that, like, when you look at the log table, we haven't lost a game yet. And the importance of winning the very next one as well after a break, because we're going to a couple of, I think it's a 5-game streak that we're going to play next, and then into another FIFA break. So these 5 games become very important.
We used to have a chart of number of games that we put in a basket. In this number of games, we need only a certain number of points. And that worked because you're not judging yourself based on the whole league. You're judging yourself in that period. So when you have 5 games to work with, you know how to manage yourself, to manage the team, and make sure that you do not.
I'll tell you after the conference.
Okay. So you do not. You do not put too much pressure on yourself for too long. Because it gives you, if you go 5 games on a winning streak, you've already covered up. You go on the next break, you recover, then you are able to lay down your guns and clean the machine, wipe the.
You know when you speak about the number of games, that thing has damaged my mind. And even now I'm working with these logs now and then to analyze and say this must happen and this must happen.
Yeah.
Do you know that when I was playing for Sundowns, and this goes back to the point that he's making,
Yeah.
that I never used to know which position we are on the log. It's funny how I never used to know which position we are on the log. It's because of the games that he's speaking about. That you taking care of the next match.
Yeah.
And then you don't even know which position you are on the log.
Yeah.
Until the last day of this league, then you realize that this is a do or die match. You know what I mean? But I was laughing the other day when I look at the log and I was like, okay, now this time of the season I need to look at who's behind us or who's in front of us. But before I never used to think like that, because as a Mamelodi Sundowns player, there's goals and there's things that you need to achieve as a group. Individually, not so much, but as a group, it's Naves. Do you know that we're playing Magesi over the weekend? And we know we're counting from there. If we get 9 points out of 3 the matches that are coming, we should be okay. And even if we draw against
The next
neighbors, we still home and
Okay.
you know what I mean. This is how we used to do things, and it used to be, a good thing and a good feeling because we didn't have that pressure of saying somebody's chasing us. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's amazing. I think what you speak of then speaks as well to the amount of planning that goes into football. I think as football fans, we take it for granted. Okay, Majita tseba khona le game e tlang, and they know that they must show up. But also bringing this game forward also then speaks to how far ahead you plan because of where you've been seeded in terms of your placements in CAF and so forth, and the number of games and where you see yourself playing at that
I
time.
once used this word, if you remember, sugar periodization. You know, where, you started with Yoda. It's when you already plan ahead of the season. You know, then you know what's happening in 2 months from now. It doesn't happen a lot in our normal life.
Yes.
But in football, for you to be successful like the other teams, Mamelodi Sundowns and the rest of the teams in the world, they do that, where they anticipate what might happen in the next 5 games. So in that, you just execute because the plan has been laid. So Mamelodi Sundowns, for them to, let me use for us to push the matches closer to one another, it gives us that option to say, we know what's coming, and we're not like any other teams. We should make sure that we play all these matches, because other difficult matches, which is traveling and making I call them difficult matches, because now you're moving, you have to travel 3 days before a match.
100%.
You know, the science is in football now, where remember the day after the match you have to recover and come here and jump into our eyes, and that as well you're training at night. That as well, as a Sundowns player, people take that for granted, and nobody speaks about that, how difficult that can be in people's mind and bodies, because you have to be mentally fit to acknowledge and embrace that moment, to say, next week I might be playing a different competition.
Do you remember that season where we won the league after our neighbors were on top of the league for a long period?
Yes.
And they had a lot of points, about 13 points ahead of us. But you remember that the team did not panic.
No.
Because we knew that if we get this number of points in this number of games, we will definitely be where we want to be at the end of the season. 100%. It's not for us to worry about. They have to worry about us coming. We just, our target is not to bypass them. We only then became more focused on that, on the last game, where it's a must win, because we had already accumulated the points we needed in that group, but we had one more game, which was the last game.
Okay,
And
which
you know what
season
happened?
is that? Because it happened a lot.
Lord Kambala.
The one
Because
where
it happened,
Mabu scored
it
hat
happened a
trick.
lot.
Yes.
So
When we come back,
yeah.
if you look at the previous season, it also happened with Pirates,
Yes.
where they were on top of the log, and we said they're just holding an umbrella. We know what's going to happen. We know what's going to happen, because we know the points
right.
we need.
Excellent.
And once we get those points, then the extra points is a bonus.
100%.
Is a bonus.
Let's talk about preparation then going into this game, especially looking at how closely we had played against them the last time.
Yeah.
They have that as a visual representation as what happened, what mistakes they made, and I'm sure they'll try and fix those things. Do we then need to change anything, or are we happy to go into the game with the same attitude, same mentality?
Attitude and mentality is going to be the same because you're playing for Mamelodi Sundowns.
Yeah.
I think the challenge in that NFC, the preparation when it comes to this kind of a match.
Yes.
Because now some of your players are just coming back from the national team and they played 2 games. Shame. So that means they need a recovery that will help them to be ready for the match.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you need them here. Then during our time, we used to train with sneakers, simply because we can't put boots on, because then you'll move your muscle and you can't afford, because the matches will come. You know what I mean? So that it comes back to science that we were speaking about. That now more than ever, the thing called player management comes into play. The minutes that Sugar plays mustn't be the same as I, even though we're playing similar position. Hello, sweetheart. All right. Sharp. Long time, my brother.
Problem
You're not coming to say hi to our people.
Yeah. You can just wave.
Come here and wave.
Mara itight yakho manje, that's why ngakho strong. Yabona itight seyifika la. Mele ifike la.
Hello, sweetheart. How are you? Sure.
Yamona yama modumerisa batho mo.
Hi guys. Lina la ke Themba Zwane ke captain ya club arena.
Ujika mo. Ujika kamnandi umshisi.
My Lord.
Right, boy. What's up?
My Lord.
Ke senta back ke city hampe mamela.
down.
Wa tla. Mamela fe.
Umbuza dumedise. Sharp.
What's up?
Say hello into the mic.
Hello, guys.
All right, so we've covered the way the mentality and just in terms of accountability. You are playing for Mamelodi Sundowns, which means the effort needs to be on that. The importance of getting a win straight after an international break.
It's very important. Unfortunately or fortunately, it's very important because we just spoke about the game.
Yeah.
It set the moon
For the next basket of games.
the basket.
basket.
That's so. Bagari basket. Just how routine that the names is something.
Ay, muna.
Akurati ka one touch.
No, mara wa sinyetsa le wena police. O ne fitla mo sotso drop di mic tsa rena. No, a ke he.
Drop mic give me
Mona, dumedisa batho ba rona mona.
Who is the mic?
Oh,
The destroyer said.
Sounded like a rapper. You're dropping the mic.
Hey, talk trigger rango.
Already triggering by moving the mic. Okay. No, Mr. Neve, winning this match is very, very important because Ufejore is set up at the mood and the tone of what's coming, because a Mamelodi Sundowns team cannot afford to lose a football match, not even a single match. And it's the I don't know whether I should call it a curse, but it's something that you carry when you wearing this beautiful badge. So oh sharp. Oh sharp. So you have to win the match. We have to win the match for because this winning thing become a habit, and you wanna stay in that habit because winning is a beautiful thing. At the same time, winning can be a difficult thing to go maintain. And look for. To maintain is the word I'm looking for.
I've stopped wanting to ask you guys for predictions because you ask me and then I never get them right.
So don't.
Yeah, bo?
No, the prediction is well on. And now I just want to see 3 points that is coming. Basket.
Basket. In
Yeah.
our basket.
Yeah, in our basket, we're talking about the points and 3 points. So, yeah.
Masandawana, our comments are powered by Huawei. We have one here from Eloy who says, thanks Masandawana for teaching our people about Sundowns' way of winning or losing games. Our supporters need to learn people outside Sundowns are plotting our downfall. Yeah.
Ra rola rena,
Yeah.
ra rola.
This is how we roll.
Knox 135 says, well said, gentlemen. This is the same team that showcased itself and piano on the international stage at the Club World Cup. It can't be bad overnight. Yes, we have some challenges, but let's keep on pushing our boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, Topcat_Elina. I like the conversation. I wish all our fans can start listening to you, gentlemen. We haven't lost not a single game this season. All we need are goals, and it's early days. We'll rise soon to our best level. Amazing comments there. And then Tepo says, thanks, gents. This is the time to see who our true fans of the team are because everybody's out to get Sundowns, including journalists.
Including what?
The journalist.
Mamelodi Sundowns
Yeah.
is still gonna release more pain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pain is still coming.
Yeah.
The discomfort we're having within the club, it shows the level of who we are.
100%.
It shows where we are because we can see that where we are is not where we belong.
You're
Clean.
clear. I went and I was on X yesterday and I posted to say, you know,
He's a
every
socialite.
time
Influence.
every time the season or the games come back, it seems like when the media wants a story, they will start a rumor and or whether factual or unfactual story about Sundowns because you're sitting at the top and it's not nice they're at the top. Everybody wants your position. But the question is when they get there, will they be able to stay?
Na le pine ngwe mfana ka o e rata e opela ke Masandawana. Wa tswa re ba reng? E re helele re ba utlwile
ba re seba mabane.
ka tsheko re re tangi morena
re tangi morena re kopane le bona.
helele re ba
utlwile ba re seba mabane.
ka tsheko re tangi morena
re tangi morena re kopane le bona.
re tlo kopana le bona
Aha.
ka o fela bona
Danko.
whether o ka mora le patlelo wa ka montle re zo hlangana na o ka tsho go bona Masandawana
Make a step over for no reason. Ke le go tsaba ke makile.
na ke Masandawana o tla ba utlwa tla ba utlwa
No, I know.
Okay, it's about
Okay,
it.
feel
Taba
it.
o ka ne ka e bina, re tswa go-
go stand.
Ah, no, re batla tse dingwe, no, re batla e nngwe mona, e re-
FNB go Calabash ba buile ba bua dipuo tse ngata ra ba fa 5.
A ke sa sile re tlo thoka. Go like ke very sweet la encha. Hey,
That
you see.
time ke go grindstand go shiwa ntho engwe ho la scoop.
Ke sa sile re tlo fetcha our league.
Oh, we fetched our things there, man. The last one, Jens, here is from Norma. She says, it seems we have set the bar so high. Even our opponents have high expectations of us. So let's block the noise. Marathon runners should not worry about early sprinters.
Did you hear that?
ke go fe pine engwe
Infe.
ya nyuka le ndle sayinyameze hayaya sanyuka le ndle sayinyameze Sundowns hayaya oyo hayaya ke Masandawana o tla re utlwa wena re wa back ya nyuka le ndle mara sayinyamezela re Masandawana
Ayike ngendlela.
Masandawana ke tlo le lematsa ka
Why
dipina
got a
today.
smartphone man?
Mamela, get to the smartphone now. Masandawana, if you want to win yourself this Huawei Nova 13, all you have to do is make sure that you are subscribed to the channel and leave us your comments and email address to this very simple question that we're asking. It's a very simple question. Who was the team that we played against the first time we entered a CAF Champions League final?
Am I allowed to answer?
No.
I can
no.
also
no,
I'm a
ka mo
Masandawana,
gare,
ke
ka
re
mo
le nna.
gare.
What if le ke ka
Nna wa
smartphone?
tlo fikinya ka
Okay,
smartphone.
Mamela,
le
le
Sundowns.
subscribed. Young Mola Modi comments, let's see your answer, and maybe you might be the lucky one to win this Huawei Nova 13.
Ke da.
A re tla jwalo.
Ke da. Already
A re
ke
tla
da.
jwalo.
Ha o ka re qaqa wa re qaqa
Oh, follower war.
wa allow gore wa allow to gore kana
wa siya mpendulo gona mo
o se ba answer
Nna? Oh, mona ke le Sundowns.
nna nka o jwetsa le gore coach ne ile mang mara re tshware mo
Mara o ska kena wena.
wa
A go re tshwere phone already mo.
and on le x
O nna le ex.
I like it re ke tswa go x
re sa bua ka ball
of course
oh okay
yeah
gentlemen
yeah
thank you very much for your time today Masandawana, please let's go out to the stadium #Arieng. Let's support the boys. It is that time. It is it's not even squeaky bum time yet, but it's the time where marathon runners are going to set the pace. We're going to come into our step, and it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be amazing. We are going to enjoy it.
Konje, how many subscribers do we have?
We have over 100,000.
Oh, no. We can do better.
Something
We can do
200.
200. Masandawana.
By
Can
December.
you please
Oh.
do that for us? Just can you need that?
Just
Una mo ile wa reta.
subscribe.
fella.
Wa comment wa winner phone.
Kitseo.
Wa ya wa reta wa
Nova
comment wa
13.
winner.
Ntho tse mnate.
I difficult.
O tlo re like this one.
Okay.
Just soft.
Thank you, Sel.
It's a self.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is the Pitchside Podcast, and we are
Masandawana
Masandawana.
forever. Masandawana bona ke na le two pictures. Left and right or off or change cameras. You feel me?